Right now, Apple is preparing to do something it almost never does: license a core brain of the iPhone from a rival. According to multiple reports, Apple is close to a $1 billion a year deal to use a custom Google Gemini model running on Apple's own private cloud to power the new Siri. If finalized, it's a rare admission that in AI, Apple needs help. Publicly, Apple has long projected calm about AI progress. But behind the scenes, 2024 to 2025 were bumpy. Internal delays, strategy resets, and leadership turnover in Apple's foundation model group. In March 2025, Apple's Siri lead Robbie Walker told staff the AI slip was ugly and embarrassing because Apple had promoted features before they were ready, a reversal of Apple's usual ship when it's done culture. By July 2025, Apple lost Ruoming Pang, who managed core Apple Foundation models, to Meta's superintelligence team, another public signal that Apple's internal push was under strain. Per Bloomberg and Reuters, Apple plans to integrate a custom 1.2 trillion parameter Gemini variant that will power Siri's summaries and multi-step planning. Crucially, the model would run on Apple-controlled private cloud compute, Apple's own servers and chips, to maintain its privacy stance. The price, about $1 billion per year. Apple reportedly tested other vendors, including OpenAI and Anthropic, before narrowing on Google. This would be a stopgap, not a surrender. Apple keeps using its own smaller models for certain tasks and continues developing in-house tech to eventually reduce or even replace reliance on Google's model. But for now, Gemini fills capability gaps on timeline. Transforming a voice assistant into a reliable AI agent is hard. It has to understand context, read what's on screen, chain tasks, and act inside apps, all without leaking sensitive data. Apple announced Apple Intelligence and a new Siri for a rolling release. But much of what was teased slipped to 2026. That lag created a credibility gap, which the Gemini licensing can plug swiftly. Meanwhile, user expectations shifted. In head-to-head practical queries today, chat-style assistants backed by frontier LLMs tend to produce more complete multi-step answers than legacy voice pipelines, which often punt to web results. The move to a high-capacity planning model, but on Apple's cloud, bridges performance with privacy. Here's the twist. Most buyers don't upgrade phones for AI. A 2025 CINET survey found only 11% of US smartphone owners say AI features drive upgrades, down 7 points from the prior year. Many still prioritize price, battery, cameras. Nearly 3 in 10 say mobile AI isn't useful and don't want more of it. Other research shows broader Gen AI adoption in phones is rising, but AI by itself isn't yet a top retail trigger. Even Samsung's splashy Galaxy AI push coincided with mixed macro signals in earnings updates this year. Proof that marketing AI doesn't automatically unlock demand in a soft market. Context helps. Google has long paid Apple billions annually to be the default search on Safari. Estimates around $18 billion per year surfaced in US antitrust proceedings. In that light, $1 billion a year flowing the other direction for a bespoke AI model, kept on Apple's private cloud, looks like a pragmatic trade to ship better Siri sooner. And Apple's business is fine. After a dip, iPhone 17 saw a strong early start. Third-party trackers reported double-digit gains in China and the US, with Bloomberg noting a 29% IOI lift in China during launch weeks. Apple can afford tactical licensing while it finishes its own stack. If Google plus Siri set off privacy alarms for you, Apple anticipated that. Reports say Gemini runs inside Apple's private cloud compute, Apple's hardware, Apple's ops, Apple's controls, rather than on Google's infrastructure. That lets Apple claim it's still enforcing data minimization and regional control while tapping a larger model. Expect Apple to be subtle in marketing. Focus on new Siri capabilities, less on powered by Google. This deal raises a strategic question. If you can rent a great model, why spend tens of billions building one? Answer: it depends on your goals. If you need state-of-the-art general reasoning, renting can be faster, cheaper, and lower risk. If you need tight vertical control, on-device inference, latency guarantees, consistent UX and differentiators, own models matter. Smartphone AI may commoditize at the foundation layer. Most flagships could access similarly capable large models for routine tasks, making UX, integration, and privacy the true differentiators. Apple appears to be dual tracking. License now for capability, continue maturing first-party models for control later. Consumers may not buy AI, but they do notice when an assistant actually helps. Summarize a thread, book a flight, rewrite a document, or chain actions across apps reliably. That's where modern LLMs shine, planning and tool use. It's also where prior Siri iterations struggled, often defaulting to web links instead of actions. The new plan brings a planner that can break down steps, execute them in order, and respect on-screen context, without shipping raw data off-platform. For Google, this is a strategic win. It deepens Gemini's footprint on hundreds of millions of iPhones without changing default search. And it reinforces Google's position as a foundational model provider, even where it doesn't control the OS. That said, Apple's private cloud requirement means Google ships the model weights and tooling, not the platform or data center business. It's high-margin AI licensing, not GCP lock-in. If this sounds familiar, it is. Samsung's Galaxy A runs heavily on Gemini 2. The difference is branding and placement in the stack. Samsung foregrounded Galaxy AI in marketing. Apple will likely downplay the vendor and emphasize Siri as the single face. Both approaches validate a reality. For now, best-in-class assistants often ride on shared foundation models. In the near term, iPhone owners should expect a noticeably more capable Siri. Better summaries, multi-step tasks, and fewer dead ends to web links. Whether that moves units is less clear. Surveys suggest AI isn't yet a top purchase driver, but as assistants become quietly useful, perceptions can change. Apple's bet is that reliability plus privacy will win over time, even if the letters Gemini never appear on a marketing slide. Apple licensing Google's AI isn't a capitulation, it's calendar control. Ship better Siri now, keep building quietly, and avoid another public miss. For Google, it's distribution at iPhone scale, without running Apple's cloud. The AI layer may commoditize, but assistant quality, what you can do in 3 taps and 10 seconds, won't. That's the fight you'll notice next. That's the story behind Apple's Google AI deal, and what it really signals about where phone AI is headed. This is ByteSyzed, signal over spin. If you want the follow-up deep dive, privacy guardrails, evals, and how Apple's private cloud compute actually works, drop a comment.